And this guy right here, he only appears if you've transferred your data from the first game. You may recognize him as one of the knights from Colosso. He's not one of the ones that you fought, though. Those three are the guys that you fight. Also some lucky pepper in this barrel. You'll notice that I have a habit of giving everything to Isaac and Felix, respectively, instead of spreading it out. This stuff's all kind of expensive for where we are right now. We can just stick with what we have for now, though, and in a little while we'll be able to afford that stuff when we come back through here. And so we want to dig over there. I'll show you why first. If you climb up here, hop over on the cliff, and head up into this next area, you'll notice that there is a fire Djinni down there. This one actually took me a long time to find when I first played the game. One of the more difficult ones in my opinion, although it seems really simple. Because you notice there's a cave back there. And so I spent a long time looking for that as a kid. Then I realized it's very obvious. You just kind of dig around here, and there you go. This guy's really useful because he revives people. So I don't think that we're gonna need to use him, but there may come a time when things get a little too much in a fight before Felix learns Revive. Then we'll have to use it. And when I think about it, during my Golden Sun 1 playthrough, I don't seem to recall anybody ever dying. Except maybe Ivan once, I don't know. I know he got really close once. And here on the world map, you saw a couple of these in the first game. I didn't really have a chance to explain what they were, but there are Djinni that you can only find by going to certain places on the world map. These ones are a lot less annoying if they run away. You're gonna have to redo a puzzle or something. And now we find out that there's kind of an imbalance of Djinni, because in the first game you kind of get them as you get your characters. You never end up with a situation like this. I mean, you didn't even get a water Djinni until Mia joins you. But here we're gonna have to deal with it, so we're gonna leave him set so that he doesn't do this and change Felix's class. I'm going to experiment with class mixing later, but there's nothing really good that you can get right now. This is why I waited to get Scoop, so you could come in this cave and get that summon tablet. Probably be using this one a lot, at least against one of the bonus bosses later, just because of the way his fight works. Megara has the nice little effect where she boosts your party's attack after you summon her. She also has a cool animation, at least in my opinion. This is very misleading in this area because you'll see lots of roads like this that I'm traveling on, and a lot of them will lead to dead ends. The other continents in the game, there's hardly any of this, yet this one, Oceania, is littered with them. There's lots of roads that just go nowhere. Oh, that's right. Jenna reached level 10 after that Ginny fight and learned Saber Dance, which is really the kind of the trademark ability of the Pierrot, or however you pronounce that. I'm fairly certain I pronounced it wrong. We're just making a brief visit to this place. We can't do anything yet. If you look at the walls, there's these little carvings. So you see people and what look like dogs or wolves. They're wolves. And at first it kind of looks like they're traveling with them, and then you get up here and you see the moon, and it's fairly obvious what the rest of it means. You also just heard a howl in the background, and it turns into nighttime as you travel up this hill. So if you're paying attention to the walls, it's fairly obvious what's up here. That's not a word you hear every day. I think that's just a general term for like werebeasts, people turning into animals, but really the only one anybody ever talks about is werewolves. Werewolves, there you go. This whole part is kind of weird. This whole scene just kind of implies something about Kraden and werewolves. Like there's some sort of secret or backstory or something to be had. But it never gets explored or anything. Like he's acting all suspicious, like there's something that they aren't supposed to know. I don't know. So when you come up here and everybody's wearing a hood. And the shops are closed. There's pretty much nothing you can do here right now. You just come up here, and this guy pops out. That might look familiar. If you remember, that's Reveal. You can also tell if something has to do with Reveal, because it's always going to have 6 stones surrounding it. But we don't have Reveal. There's really nothing to do here. Can't even get to that treasure chest yet. So we're just gonna leave. And then it's suddenly daytime again. And now we get to enjoy what is hands down the worst dungeon in any Golden Sun game. There's Rock. I love the soundtrack for this game to death. I love these games and everything, but this one song is absolutely annoying to listen to after a while. And this place is really long and really just annoying. I think it's pretty much unanimous that every Golden Sun fan hates this place. We're probably gonna be here for a couple videos. It's just long and not fun. Everything looks the same. Just listen to the music, it's just... I'm almost glad when I can get into a battle because I get to listen to Felix's battle theme even if just for a little while. And then this happens again. Well, basically, for the whole dungeon, pretty much the gimmick is that you cast Whirlwind on rocks, and it launches a tornado. I could go all the way around and break this sand wall to get to that treasure chest. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that there's a smoke bomb in there. And there's just... This place is already long and boring enough as it is. There's no reason to go get a measly smoke bomb. So we're just gonna skip that. So the gimmick here is you drop down in front of these things and let them carry you around to places that you can't get to by walking. I wish there was more to talk about, but really this is just tedious and long and boring. At least over here we get a nice weapon. It gives a really nice attack boost over the axe that we've been using, and the Unleash has a chance to lower the enemy's attack. And I like the animation personally, it's one of my preferred ones. I played a few ROM hacks of Golden Sun games that sort of tweak things around. I played some ones from InsaneDifficulty.com that are of course very hard, and there is actually a Golden Sun editor for the ROMs that you can use to just really change around pretty much everything in the game. So I've messed with that a little bit and made my own little mods to the game. And something that I'm thinking of doing that really I just think it would be fun is to sort of change stats around for weapons and enemies and just the game in general, so that every weapon, or weapons don't really give more stats than other weapons, to make old weapons like useless because they're not strong enough. I want to just like normalize the stats, or make them not do much to stats, and then just give every weapon something different, unique to itself, some other little bonus effect, so that the game can become more resolved around using a weapon you like for its Unleash. Like being able to use this sword throughout the whole game because I like its Unleash. Or just using different weapons, because once you get to the end of the game you pretty much use the same weapons every time. I might do that someday. It'd take a lot of effort though, because you'd have to mess with enemy stats and everything. You'd have to take all that balance into account to make sure that you don't make enemies weaker but not too weak, or you don't make them too hard by not changing them and having weapons not give you stats to compensate, stuff like that. I'm gonna cut it off here and maybe take a break. I really don't like this place, and I need to think of things to talk about instead of just sitting here and doing nothing going through this place. So I'll see you guys later.